One over the fence.
Outbound.
That was not out of bounds, that was perfectly in bounds.
And they actually liked the second half and not the first half. But the first half, I saw in the Goodreads group that everyone was saying.
What's up, guys? I am finally kicking off the vlog. I've been meaning to do this for quite some time. I meant to yesterday. Yesterday just got away from me. I didn't touch anything. But it is now Tuesday, May 25th, and I'm ready. So this vlog is going to be very book heavy this week because I have so much going on with different readathons and book clubs and so on and so forth. So I thought to kick off the vlog we would talk about that because tonight I will be reading and watching a movie. And that's the whole plan, and making dinner for myself. Austin will be out of town this evening, so it is just me, myself, and I, and my books. And I'm quite excited. I really need to catch up. I've been super slacking this month on reading. I've completed 3 audiobooks, I want to say. 0 physical books and barely any challenge prompts. So I thought, kick it off. Every month this year I am reading a book based off Books and Lala's Buzzword Readathon challenge, but instead of me doing it as a readathon for the first week of each month, I believe, I'm just doing 1, maybe 2 books that fall under the theme and or word for the month, and I'm just reading it throughout the month because I'm not as fast of a reader and I don't want to overwhelm myself, but I am using it as like a push to make me read more, as well as just get me into the habit again because I've been very out of practice after this last year. So that is the first challenge, if you will, that I'm participating in. And for the month of May, the theme buzzword, is house, and I am reading House of Salt and Sorrow by Erin Craig. As you might probably not be able to tell, I've barely touched this book. I started at the beginning of the month. At this point, I might just like completely restart and pick it back up fresh and just like actually read it this time. But yeah, I started this at the beginning of the month, kind of slacked off, was like, oh, I'll have so much time, and then the month got away from me, and now it's the last week of the month. So this is the first book that I'm reading for the Buzzword Readathon / challenge. The next book that I'm listening to for this challenge is House in the Cerulean Sea. I've heard so many good things about this and some meh things about this, but still like highly recommended. So that's definitely high on my list. I'm very excited. This is by TJ Klune. I'm ready for some like magic, especially with some of the darkness that I've been reading. I'm ready for the magic. The other book that I'm probably going to listen to. It'll probably be floating into June. That's the next month. June. Will be Ninth House. This was the buzzword challenge on Goodreads pick for the month, if that makes sense. So that's also on my list. And then another audiobook on my list because of books in Lala. Kayla has a book club, the Literally Dead book club, and I'm kind of dipping my toes into it, if you will. I participated in my first live show last month for Every Value Break. I really enjoyed it, even though most people didn't, but I'm very new to thrillers, which is what the book club reads primarily. This month they're reading They Never Learn by Lane Fargo, and so I'm going to be reading that. Kayla doesn't do her her live shows for her book club as early in the month. Sorry for shaking the camera. She doesn't do hers as early in the month, so I typically kind of push them a little bit later because I have more time to read them the first like 2 weeks of the next month. If that also makes another book that I'm just reading because I'm reading it is from a Goodreads book club that I'm not really into, but I saw that they were reading it for the month while browsing and it was on my TBR and I thought I'd check it out. I was excited. It is The 10,000 Doors of January. This is by Alex Haro. I'm most furthest in this book, I think. I've been reading the PDF file on Scribd, and I've been enjoying it. I have a ways to go still. It's a bit bigger of a book, but I'm enjoying it. I like the story. I like the magical. I'm excited for it. I just need to keep reading it. And then that leads me to with Cindy, who does the Asian Readathon for the entire month of May every year. This is my first year participating in it, and I was pretty excited. There's, let me see, 5 prompts for this, and I've basically checked them all off, which I'm really proud of. This is what I kind of started my month off with. The 5 prompts are: read an Asian author, read about an Asian protagonist, read an Asian author in your favorite genre, read an Asian author in the non-fiction genre, and read an Asian author that is not US centric. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know if I've checked off the final prompt of reading an Asian author that's not US centric. Oh, just kidding. Haha! I did. Okay. So, to kick off the Asian Readathon this month, I read The Order of the Pure Moon Reflected in Water by Zencho. This was a short story that I listened to the first day of the month, and it was a fun little journey. It's the fantasy genre, which is one of my favorites, and it was just pleasantly nice. I gave it 3 stars, and I enjoyed the ride, if you will. It definitely took me by surprise at some points. The plot twist I was not expecting. It was a good time. The other book that I have listened to for the Asian Readathon is A Pho Love Story by Loan Lei. I should get in the habit of listening to people's names before I try and say them. But this was a contemporary romance, high school romance, kind of Romeo and Juliet retelling, if you will, which they do make reference to in the story. I gave this 2.5 stars. I liked it. I didn't love it. I definitely wanted it to end whilst I was listening to it. Some of my friends on Goodreads didn't have as great of an experience with it either. I liked the characters, I liked the scene, I just felt like it was getting repetitive, and it wasn't keeping my entertainment and my engagement as high. And the final book that I'm reading for the Asian Readathon, which also will have to do with the DA Book Club Readathon, which I will, is also No Oceans Here. I should really learn how to pronounce her name.
Sueta zrivastava viklam.
I'm on page 31. I'm about halfway done, and I can talk a little bit more about it then once I'm finished, but this is a poetry collection. No ocean here bears moving accounts of women and girls in certain developing and underdeveloped countries. This book raises concern and chronicles the socio-cultural conditions of women in parts of Asia, Africa, and the Middle East. The stories, either based on personal interviews or inspired by true stories, are factual, visceral, haunting, and bold narratives presented in the form of poems. So there you have it. I am almost finished with this. My favorite poem thus far was on page 11, titled Perda. So yes, this is what I'm reading. This will be the first thing that I finish today, most likely. And that is the Asian Readathon. Now, the big one that this week is definitely going to be centered around is the Dark Academia Book Club's week-long birthday bash readathon. Oh boy. So, they are celebrating a bunch of birthdays and graduations and just life, I suppose. And so they thought to do a week-long readathon with 7 different prompts, and I'm actually quite excited. This is kind of like that push at the end of the month to make me read, and make me read a lot, because these books were not in any way on my TBR for any other reason. Well, this month at least. They were on my TBR, which is why I have them. So really quickly, I will rapid fire off the prompts that are not book related. The first one being culinary. You need to bake something. I hope to make some cookies, probably, maybe brownies. We'll see. The second one being film, watch an adaptation. I'm hoping to watch The Perks of Being a Wallflower because it's one of my favorite movies, and Phantom of the Opera because I just got my disc and I'm super excited about it. The other prompt that's not book related is music. It's to make a playlist. I'm pretty stoked about that. I've never made a reading playlist before. I want it to be like very ambience. I'm kind of excited. We'll see how it goes though. I don't typically listen to anything while I read, and I probably should because I just get really distracted. But and the last one is creative writing, to write something. Technically I've checked this off. I write in a planner every day, but I want to actually like fulfill the challenge of creative writing. I am helping my coworker with a book. We're co-writing something, as well as I have my own story that I need to get the ball rolling on. So luckily I have things that I can write creatively, which I'm kind of excited about. So going into the bookish prompts, the first one is history to read a mythology. I'm reading Norse Mythology by Neil Gaiman. I'm almost done with this. I'm on chapter 15 out of 17. I am enjoying it. It is all about Thor, who I actually just saw the first Thor movie over the last weekend. So I now know things. It was kind of a funny coinkydink. I had no idea that Norse mythology had anything to do with Thor and Loki and other gods. So that's been fun. I've been listening to that the last 2 days, and I'm hoping to finish it tonight while I make dinner. That is the plan. The next prompt is going to be geography. Read a book from a country you have never read before. Now, technically, No Oceans Here does apply to this because this surrounds a whole bunch of countries that I've never read from. But I also finished Sunday While Cleaning, First Love by Ian Trevev. First Love is a short story that I listened to, all about his first love that he tells at a dinner, that he talks about at a dinner party. This is set in 19th century Russia. The next prompt is politics. Read a nonfiction. Need I say more? The next prompt after that is English. Read a classic. I will be reading The Picture of Dorian Gray. I picked up, I think, 6 classics a couple weeks ago, maybe last month, and they are very high on my priority list of books to read, and I'm very glad to have an excuse to read this one right now. Austin will also probably read this, hopefully shortly after I do, so we can discuss about it and talk about it, and I can throw him into the world of classics with me, because we both enjoy them, but not typically the same books. So, I am pretty stoked about that. And the final prompt, if I'm not mistaken, is extra credit to read a host's favorite book. Each host listed 3 different books that you could read that they classify as like one of their favorites, and I went with Ciara's pick. I went with Ciara's pick because Perks of Being a Wallflower is one of her favorite books, as is one of my favorite movies. I'm ashamed to say I've never actually read the book yet. I've owned this copy since I want to say high school, so a few years now, and it's just been living on my shelf, and I always am like, I'll get around to it, and I haven't. So today is the day. I am reading The Perks of Being a Wallflower, and then hopefully watching the movie. Hopefully tonight. That is the big plan. Overall, I believe I have achieved all prompt goals. Well, I haven't actually achieved any goals for these prompts. I just have the books picked out of which I'm going to read. But luckily, I have a few more days still. It is only Tuesday, this ends Sunday, and then Monday is actually a holiday. So if I wish to read then too, I can. But tonight, I believe these 2 are the goals. I'm almost done with No Oceans Here, so I'm going to finish this first. I think it'll be a quick read. And then following that, I will read The Perks of Being a Wallflower. And whilst I'm making dinner tonight, I believe I will finish or get close to finishing Norse mythology. And then I can start my next audiobook tomorrow morning. So, woo! We got through it all. Thanks for sitting through that. That was a lot. There's a lot going on this month. It's late in the month. Sorry about it. I have to like really get down here to talk to you guys. But I just finished Norse mythology. I gave it 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. It was a fun adventure. The narrator's voice was just so soothing and like honestly kind of perfect for like reading mythology to me. I don't know. It was just a really good time. I had a nice experience. 5 stars. Highly recommend if you're into Thor especially. Like if you like Marvel stuff, you might as well learn like the origins. But I enjoyed it. I recommend. I will now be moving on to No Oceans Here and finishing this up so that I can move on to Perks of Being a Wallflower. I have my reading partner, my squid. I got this from a Jivik Christmas exchange. Kind of like a white elephant. No. Secret Santa. It was a Secret Santa that we did together. And my girl Meg gave me this. So, it reads with me. Those last 2 almost got me. I almost cried. But I didn't. I held it in. One thing that I really do love about this is the fact that she kind of gives like a really brief history lesson or explanation as to what the poem is about and like what it means, and kind of just explains a culture that is so vastly different from the life that I'm experiencing that it's not something that I would honestly consider that much. And it's so interesting. It's so heartbreaking to think about these things. I'm slowly expanding my vocabulary. I'm actually taking the time to Google words that I don't know, and soon, hopefully, I will have a new journal and I can write all the words that I'm learning into. This is one of the first poetry collections that I've actually like read. Poetry is such an interesting thing because like it's just beautiful language, but sometimes you don't grasp what you're reading because it is so poetic and kind of elegantly explained or described in such like a beautiful way of something that's so horrid. I hope that makes some sense. But 2 books down, 1 to go. Hello, another day, another Steelers sweatshirt. I have not filmed today. Sorry about that. I was working, and then after work, Austin and I went to my parents' house for dinner, which I just got back from. So I thought, while I'm now home, getting ready to go read, do a couple other things, thought I would show you some of the things that I got today. First off, from made by Paulina UK. Here is her socials down here. Sent me this cute little card with it. Come on, hello. That says it's a good day to be happy. And she makes the cutest stuff. Sorry, I'm looking in the viewfinder because I'm just so mesmerized. But oh, sorry. It's so beautiful. This is everything that I wanted. I have this little organizer right now that I just got off Amazon, like just a little acrylic thing. But I wanted more because I just dropped the eraser. But I wanted more because I have so many pens that I just kind of want a collection of like this shade of teal blue. If you can see, there you go. It's a very light blue. It's so pretty though. I got this really cute coaster. It's got like a little lip and everything to replace the one that I already had. And then, you can barely tell what this is, I'm sure. But I got a cute little, I have this massive box of tea light candles. So I thought that I would finally get something that I can actually put my tea light candles into. And it's so cute. Yes, so I found her on TikTok. I will link her stuff below if you want to check her out. I'm in love. I love them so much. She's amazing. She did great. She packaged this on TikTok within 24 hours and sent it out like immediately after. I got it super quick. I was very impressed. The other thing that I got, finally, I've got some Posca pens. These are the paint pens in 0.3 millimeters. It's just a whole bunch of colors, and I'm very excited. I'm going to be using these a lot for scrapbook. And then a less fun thing, I got this massive mouse pad for my computer desk. Okay, now that I've grabbed the other package though, I got my Ipsy and my Owlcrate for the month. I get Ipsy every other month. I get the $25 glam bag. Got some cute brushes, a BB cheek color. I might try these out this weekend and show you guys how I like them. This is the Fenty Beauty Fly pencil, which is exciting. I got a firming serum from Ona. This packaging though, this is just my aesthetic. Like, this is beautiful. Let me beauty guru this for you guys. Hello? Why are you no focus though? Hello? Ah, there we go. Welcome back. Alright. Why do you cry? And lastly, a vitamin C12 foaming cleanser. Fun, exciting things. I absolutely love skincare, which is the only reason why I've yet to cancel my Ipsy subscription. And then this month's Owlcrate unboxing with special guest. Hi. Okay, so out of print, books worn well, Owlcrate exclusive Rule of Wolves. Square scarf. Okay, that's what I was trying to figure out. Got this beautiful square scarf that I would like to hold up the right way for you, if I can. Isn't this gorgeous, though? I have no idea what to do with it, but it's very pretty. Hello. And then the enamel pin. You're not helping now, are you, Missy? It says logic ends where love begins. It's very beach theme. I think this month's theme was specifically beach, ocean, something like that. And then this absolutely stunning bookmark. Just this beautiful, I'm pretty sure metal, yeah, definitely metal bookmark, which I'm excited to use. This cute little sticker that says, most myths are just truths covered in cobwebs. Oh, stunning. I absolutely love stickers. They're like some of my favorite things, but I'm that type of person that just holds on to them and never actually uses them because I can't deem anything worthy enough. Alright, the book, I haven't even opened it yet. I do miss the days when they didn't give me things in plastic. I really don't need it. It's not necessary. It's all in a box anyway. But, per usual, you have the letter from the author. And then, look at this cover. This is just quite gorgeous. This is The Ones We're Meant to Find by Joanne He. Let's read the synopsis. Oh! Okay, so here's the cover, but most importantly, oh, this is so stunning. Oh, I'm absolutely obsessed with that. This is giving me the most fantasy beach vibes. Oh, I'm far more excited for this now than I was before. I'm excited. I'm not picking this up yet. There's no way. But maybe next month. We will see. I don't have any reading plans. I think I only have 2 books picked out for next month. So this could definitely fit in. Let's read the synopsis. It's been 3 years and 17 days since C woke up on the shore of an abandoned island. She has no idea how she came to be marooned or what her life was like before. She has only the rickety house by the sea, the androids she built for company, and a single memory. Somewhere beyond the horizon, she has a sister, and it's up to C to escape the island and find her. A world away, 16-year-old STEM prodigy Casey is also looking to escape from the science she once believed in and from her home. The eco-cities, Earth's last unpopulated habitats, are meant to be sanctuaries for those from deserving lineages, for those committed to planetary protection, but instead they're populated by people willing to do anything for refugee, even lie. After a series of man-made disasters rock the planet, Casey must decide if she's ready to use science to help humanity, even though it failed the people who mattered most to her. From Joanne He, the critically acclaimed author from Descendants of the Crane, comes a stunning science fiction novel with a mind-blowing twist. How exciting. This is also an Owlcrate signed exclusive. She signs in purple Sharpie or purple marker, which I oh boy, I appreciate that. So that is the book for this month. And then the little poster of the cover, which is just beautiful. I definitely like, you can see the comparison of color. The actual book, I would say, is definitely brighter, and I think I prefer it. But, oh, I'm actually really excited about this one. I believe that this is the last thing besides the print, which is just so cute. I really appreciate this. I like the colors so much. Oh, I can't wait until I can draw. Like, I'm a better artist than I am. And I'm not saying that because I'm one of those people that's like, oh, I'm so bad at art, and then I'm secretly really good. I'm just not great. And then a little metal tinned Crowned Captains, Daily Pirates, and Queens. It's just... and then it's just a little box. They sent out a few of these. We got one, I think 2 months ago, another metal book box. I like to keep my enamel pens and bookmarks and other knick-knacky things in these. I'd rather die on adventure than live standing still. So yeah, that was everything in my packages today, mainly the small business that I wanted to shout out and Owlcrate and Ipsy. So now I'm gonna clean all this stuff up because my office is now a mess. And then I think I'm going to read a little bit since I didn't get as much done yesterday. I think we're going to go crawl into bed. I'm gonna continue reading Perks of Being a Wallflower. And then I think when I start getting a little bit more tired, I'm going to start the movie as well as work on my Instagram story graphics because I need to be posting on my story more. So yes, that is the update. Catch you in a bit. Hi. Oh boy. So, it's Friday. Got off work early. I don't think that I mentioned in my reading updates that I've been listening to House in the Cerulean Sea per the recommendation of basically the entire booktube community. I'm on chapter 15 out of 21. My heart, I'm so in love with this book. For sure going to be a 5-star. I'm having such a fun time on this adventure. I love the narrator and the voices that he gives. I like the audiobook. It's very good. I just picked up a physical copy because I'm that into it, so I'm probably going to be reading it multiple times throughout the year and probably the rest of my life. Also, on that note of books, I got 2 books that I picked up for Austin, which is Walden and Other Writings, and then actual Walden by Henry David Thoreau. I'm hoping that he will annotate this copy. Once upon a time, we spent his birthday at Palace Bookstore in Portland, and he fell in love with this book by just skimming through it. And we didn't end up picking it up, but he's listened to the audiobook a few times and just loves it, so I'm hoping that he can annotate this copy and then have a secondary copy that's just blank to read in here, as well as some of his other works. Look at this cover. So cute, so pretty, and so I'm excited to give these to him a little bit later tonight when he gets home from a wedding that he is at. And then for myself, lucky me, I picked up 2 newer releases off of thrift books. I only like purchasing books from Book Outlet, Thrift Books, and World of Books. Typically Thrift Books and Book Outlet if I can. But I picked up Lost in the Neverwoods. This is a Peter Pan retelling that I'm absolutely most excited for. I love any Disney retellings. They're probably my favorite genre. So I'm so incredibly excited for this. This is going to be for the Buzzword Reading Challenge for the theme or word Lost. I believe this is July's book. And the other copy, or the other book that I picked up is The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. And this is by Aidan Thomas, if you're curious. But The Midnight Library, this will also be a Buzzword Reading Challenge book bit later in the year. I wanted to buy the last 6 months of the year's books in one go, so I wasn't scrambling, and then I could just pick up other audiobooks and such along the way. But yes, I'm so excited to get to these soon. I think they're perfectly in the genre mood that I'm in right now. Like, I love A House in Cerulean Sea. I just want more fantasy right now, basically. But updates for Perks of Being a Wallflower, I'm still halfway through that, and we'll be finishing that this weekend, and I need to start and finish The Picture of Dorian Gray. And then other than that, my reading prompts for the DA Book Club Readathon will be complete. So I still need to bake something, make a playlist. I can never remember these. Watch a film, which I think I'm gonna go do here soon. And what's the other one? Oh, creative writing. I also need to write something, which I might do here soon as well. We will see. But I just wanted to update you guys because yesterday my camera battery died and I didn't end up filming. Nothing exciting happened. I didn't end up getting any reading done. I did work on my Instagram story post to be posting here soon, and other than that, that's kind of all we did. Austin made some real good gumbo though, and we watched Princess and the Frog. So, super exciting stuff, I know. But I think right now, I have a few things on my to-do list to check off. Need to do some laundry. I might watch Perks of Being a Wallflower or Phantom of the Opera, and possibly attempt to build a computer. If I do, you guys will definitely see that. If not, I'm doing it sometime this weekend, without a doubt. So, things to look forward to. But for now, laundry, movie, finish my Instagram stories art, and I think that's it for now. So, I will check in with you guys in a little bit. Hello guys, happy Sunday. So, it's been a long day already, and it's only 3 o'clock. Somehow it's 3 o'clock. But Austin and I this morning went to church. His sister and brother-in-law were speaking at the church that he was raised in. He grew up in Cottage Grove, so we went to a church there, listened to them talk during service, and we went on a little exploration kind of. We walked along a path over the lake. It was beautiful. It was very nice. We got some coffee. It was a great start to the morning. The service was beautiful. They did a great job. It was very nice. So that was the start to my morning. I'm so out of breath and anxious and jittery. I had coffee, which I don't typically drink coffee. I'm more of an energy drink person, and Austin ordered my mocha extra sweet, so there was more sugar than I'm used to having, and I wasn't feeling very well for a bit. And now I've had some food in my stomach, and I've just been resting a little bit before getting up to do all the things that I need to do. But I'm all shaky and jittery. But some updates reading wise. I have finished The Perks of Being a Wallflower. I watched the movie and finished the book in the same night. Obvious 5 stars, not even a question about it. This was everything I needed it to be and more. I enjoyed reading it. It very much, I could see the movie play in my head as it went through the chapters and the scenes and everything. Overall, just a great book. I had a good time. I will most definitely reread this. I think next time I read this, I'm probably going to annotate it, which will be exciting because I'm still very new to annotating books. So, I finished that for the Dark Academia Book Club Readathon, which ends today. I still need to finish The Picture of Dorian Gray. I read the preface and the first 2 paragraphs, so I got 123 pages to go. But so far, he writes very beautifully, very poetic. I'm very excited and interested about this. I just need to find the time in the day. I have such a major to-do list for today and tomorrow. Since it's Memorial Weekend, I have Monday off, which is very nice. The final book I physically have to read is House of Salt and Sorrow for the Buzzword Reading Challenge. I'm on chapter 3, so I have quite a ways to go on this as well. And then I'm still reading the 10,000 Doors of January, which I'm maybe 20% of the way through. And then I have to finish House in the Cerulean Sea. I'm 80% of the way through that. I don't really want it to end though. And then I need to listen to They Never Learn for the Literally Dead Book Club, but luckily Kayla seems to do her live shows for the book club a little bit later in the month, so I'm not as stressed about finishing that right away. As well as Ninth House. I think that will be my next audiobook to listen to. And that should be everything. And then on top of that, I just have so much that I want to accomplish since it's a longer weekend. I don't quite know where to start. I definitely want to clean up the house. That is a big one on the list. Clean the office, the bathroom, the living room, the kitchen maybe. So I think that's where I should probably start to make sure that it actually gets done, and I'll just listen to House in the Cerulean Sea as I do it. And then I think after that I can do a little bit more fun stuff. I want to do a lot of art, more specifically tomorrow, which I will bring you along for, of course. I'm hoping to paint my crusty nails since they're very chipped now. Ooh, I don't like that. I tried a new hairstyle today, and it's made my hair very flat, and I don't love it. But the back is really pretty. I'll insert like a picture if I remember. But yes, I believe art stuff is going to be more of a focus for tomorrow. Cleaning is a focus of today. I also have a deep desire to finally build the PC that I've continued talking about, that I've yet to get around to building. My monitors, you can't see, are right in front of the door. So I'm going to set those up. I have my keyboard in front of me to taunt me at all times. So I just need to do it. I gotta build the PC so that I can edit my videos, set up some Twitch things that I'm looking forward to doing, so on, so forth. You get it. Alright, let's go clean. Again, hadn't accomplished as much as I hoped. I did clean my office and clean the living room, so that's exciting. I'm currently cooking rice for dinner. I'm making buttered chicken. I will show you guys that when it's ready. But for now, I finished House in the Cerulean Sea, 5 stars of course. Didn't really want it to end. I'm so excited to already reread it. Oh, it was very good. And now I have started They Never Learn for the Literally Dead book club, because I was going to read Ninth House next for the Buzzword Challenge. It's not available on Scribd anymore until the end of next month, so that's been taken off my TBR, which is fine. I still need to read Picture of Dorian Gray and House of Salt and Sorrow and 10,000 Doors of January, so there's still a lot of reading to be done. Which is unfortunate because I just don't simply have as much time for it as I wish I did. But anyway, I'm working on dinner right now. I think when Austin gets home, we're gonna go play some badminton in the backyard again, because it's kind of been like our new thing. And then I think we're playing WoW tonight, like I told you guys, so I don't know how much more reading I'm going to be getting in, unfortunately, or how much more I'm going to be doing in general today. But I just wanted to update you guys on that before probably more time lapses of me doing stuff. So there you go.